Hello, and welcome to the People's Stimulus Check and Stimulus Package Update as of August 10th, 2020. Hi, my name is Russ, and basically, these are just, as you can see, I have pages and pages of nothing but notes about everything that's been going on so far since all these failed stimulus talks that are supposed to help the people out that currently are not helping anyone out because the Republicans and the Democrats can't seem to see eye to eye. I mean, for instance, the Democrats are open to continue talks over the stimulus package and are willing to go to a smaller stimulus package, but the people are saying President Trump's executive orders are stupid, a stupid stunt, and a bad negotiating tactic. That's why the Democrats are want to go down to smaller packages because basically President Trump's executive orders are going to make them look like a bunch of chumps because that's how he brought them out. And on President Trump's executive orders, let's see here, he has uh, extended enhanced unemployment of $400, which $300 is covered by the federal government. The other $100 is covered by state governments. We also have student loan waivers, so you can actually waive your student loans until the end of the year. There's pros and cons to that one too. The pro would be that hey, put money in your pocket until the end of the year. The bad thing would be is that just because you're waiving your payment doesn't mean you're going to be waiving the interest on that payment. So by the time the end of the year shows up, the payments you could have been made to drop the interest down, well, basically, if you don't make the payments, you're sort of screwed. Then we have the what is it here? Payroll tax holiday, which basically takes the Social Security and Medicare wages, add your paycheck, and that usually comes out of your paycheck back into your paycheck, so you get a 7.5% raise. Which I don't know if that's such a good idea because if you don't have your Social Security wages taken out, your Medicare wages taken out, when you retire, you're going to be hurting. At the end of the year, there's going to be a big old bill coming your way. So let's see, we got unemployment, we got payroll tax holiday, we got student loan waivers. We also got a fourth one. The fourth one is, oh my gosh, I can't remember what the fourth one is. Tells you how much I pay attention to Trump, right? I mean, you can't take that guy at his word. An eviction, I think the fourth one was evictions. I mean, I don't know really much about the whole eviction thing yet because information has not come across my ears or eyes yet to reveal to you guys. But as it does, I will let you know. But to keep you informed that all of President Trump's executive orders are basically to put out there to be a terrible negotiation tactic to make the Democrats and Republicans meet face to face and get an stimulus package out to the people that they should have done weeks ago. Let's see here. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin now says the Republicans are not stuck at $1 trillion. And they're actually prepared to put more money on the table. And as we noticed, we've seen the Democrats go from a $3.4 trillion stimulus package down to a $2.4 trillion package. Now let's see if we can actually get the Republicans go from a $1 trillion to a $2.4 trillion, so they can both meet somewhere at the $2.4 trillion mark to help the people out. And then on Trump's executive orders, puts the Democrats in a very difficult position. Democrat Senator Dick Durbin said that challenging the executive orders legally in a court is a moral dilemma. A moral dilemma. Isn't that good? So basically, we're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. And then there's also whether the Democrats challenge his orders are not willing to. They're basically not willing to look bad. So they're deciding whether they're going to challenge his orders or not. I don't think they will because if they challenge his orders, the Democrats will look at a bunch of fools. They can look at the bad guys to the people instead of good guys. And let's see here. So there are only Basically the only option Democrats currently have at this present time is to finish negotiating the stimulus package as soon as possible to get money out to the people out there that are starving, struggling, and are basically facing evictions because the eviction moratorium has expired. Joe Biden is saying the payroll tax holiday would undermine the financial footing of the Social Security Administration. And the Trump administration said in reply that the payroll tax holiday would only be till the end of the year. Well, the thing out here for September, October, November, December, you have 7.5% of your taxes returned to your paycheck. And depending on whether you get paid weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, I mean, you're still going to be left with a big bill at the end of the year. And there's only one way we can get rid of that big bill at the end of the year, and that is to pay the big bill or stick with me on this one. This is a good one here. To vote President Trump back into office. They also say that the payments will not affect the retirees and their benefits. In other words, this payroll tax holiday will not affect the people that are currently retired or their benefits. The Democrats say that this would cause a big bill at the end of the year, but Trump said if he gets reelected, like I said, the people would not have to pay it back. The White House economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, said this payroll tax holiday would create a massive wage increase, will help essential workers, and will also inspire people to get back to work. Ooh, yeah, let's talk about that one there. Okay. First one we have would create a massive wage increase. Like, how would a 4-month payroll tax holiday create a massive wage increase? I figure a massive wage increase would be basically giving us a raise instead of, not taking our taxes out. Hence, come on, give us more money in give us more hourly wage. Don't mess with our taxes coming out for Social Security.
Like I said, I mean, why mess with our taxes and screw us at the end of the year when there's so much easier ways to make sure the people get the money they need to survive? And now, let's talk about the whole it will help the essential workers. How will having a payroll tax holiday help out the essential workers is what I'm wondering. I don't actually see it helping the essential workers out at all because it's not putting money in our pockets. In fact, it's going to screw us at the end of the year unless we vote Trump back into office, which I hope we do not because he is actually not a good president at all. He sort of sucks. So how is a payroll tax holiday going to help out the essential workers? If any of my viewers out there actually know how that might help you out and you're an essential worker, please let me know in my comments bar. I'd actually appreciate this because this is one question I cannot really answer at this present time. And then the last one, let's see here. And it will inspire people to go back to work. How will not taking your Social Security and Medicare taxes out of your paycheck inspire people to go back to work? I mean, think about it here. They're going to be, oh yeah, let's go back to work and get screwed on our Social Security and Medicare wages when the end of the year comes unless we vote Trump back into office. I mean, come on. I mean, everyone knows that if you don't have your taxes taken out and at the end of the year, you're going to be screwed because the IRS is going to come after you and they're going to demand their money. And in the long run, not taking out the Social Security wages is it's really going to undermine the footing of our Social Security Administration that is supposed to be a self-sustaining system that is getting screwed over by the Republicans by always dipping into the till. And let's see here. On unemployment, Trump wants the federal government, I already covered this one. Trump wants the federal government to cover $300 of the cost and the state government to cover the other $100 of the cost. Leader of the Democrats in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, said the state governments do not have the $100. He went on to say the state budgets don't have it because they have other bills they have to pay for, other items, other products they have to pay for for each state economy. New York Governor Cuomo said Trump's executive orders to extend unemployment for $400 a week was laughable. A New York governor saying Trump's executive order to extend unemployment is very laughable. I gotta say, that is actually classic. I love that. Mnuchin said the Democrats are the bad guys since the Republicans aren't holding the bill up. Even though Mitch McConnell has not been present, and Mitch McConnell is the Senate Republican lead, but he has not been present for any of these negotiations. So how are the Democrats holding up the negotiations when Nancy Pelosi and the other Democrats are always there, but Mitch McConnell, the lead for the Republicans, has been absent? So if you can answer that question for me, I actually really like that one too, because that one confuses me to all high hell, and you would not believe it. And then plus, an executive order cannot spend money that Congress has not appropriated for them. So basically, Trump's not payroll tax holiday, his extension to unemployment wouldn't have no financing for the backing of it because it has not passed Congress yet. And he thinks that the states can use what money is left over from the CARES Act to cover the $100 that he wants them to cover for unemployment. But yet, he doesn't have the $300 to cover his end because it has not passed Congress yet, because they have not allocated any funds for him to use. So basically, we're sitting in a holding pattern in the air, waiting for our fuel to run out and crash and burn. That's what's going to happen to us all, because the Congress, because it goes both ways, both Republican and Democrats, they're unwilling to budge a whole lot. I mean, I grant you, yes, Nancy Pelosi took her total from $3.4 trillion down to $2.4 trillion. And then the Republicans are at $1 trillion, and we don't know what their top amount is for money on the table yet. President Trump has issued 4 executive orders, which have no foundation for backing financially or otherwise, and is actually quite ludicrous and stupid, I might add, just like him. But for now, I think before I go on and ranting and raving about the president, because trust me, I can go on that for hours, I think I will end my broadcast for today, and I will wish every one of you a fabulous Monday and an excellent evening, and I will broadcast at you again tomorrow with more information as it comes across my eyes and ears. So until then, you guys be safe and have a wonderful evening. Bye.